I was really curious, Pax. So I don't yet understand, because as I'm getting to know more about you and your trading and whatnot, because you're a 30-second opening range trader through and through, right? You build into positions, you let some ride, when appropriate and things like that, and do a fantastic job of adding without increasing risk and all those things that you do. What I don't understand is, how do you come in pre-opening range other than like rollover conditions, and you adamantly come in and say, there is no reason for me to spend money today? What are some of those variables that you are using to kind of come in and have the confidence to say, before the opening range is even put in, I know I don't want to touch it?
So I don't make trading decisions based off of charts during the day. I'm not gonna overlay like a 5-minute with a 15-minute looking for short-term time frame scalps or little short-term swings. I have a plan coming in, and so the time for technical work for me is before the market opens and after the market closes. So I've got a plan coming into the day that couples my technicals, my view of the market, what the market is doing, what my positions may or may not be, and what the market drivers are for the day. Retail sales is out. There's no reason for us to move. There's no reason for us to go anywhere. All I see is just, the market continually rolling. We still have 900,000 in SEP S&P to roll to D's. The volume right now it's heavier in D's, but it's still split. It's 145,000 in SEP. It's 213,000 in D's. Volume profilers are going to read too much into the volume. I say this every rollover, yet nobody's going to pay any attention to it until they spend too much money during roll. Volume is always very heavy in roll, and that doesn't mean that we do anything. If volatility is either killed during rollover, as we've seen here, or volatility is exacerbated during rollover, as we saw last March and a little bit in June too. But the volatility that we've experienced during this roll has been destroyed. We're not going anywhere. There's no momentum. We just keep drifting up. That's not a market I want to spend any money in. So I've got a plan, and I execute the plan, and then if the market does something surprising, I've got 15-handle rotations that I can go and use as another version of the opening range and execute from there. This really isn't rocket science. The market's doing one of three things at all times. We're either going higher, lower, or nowhere. And objectively speaking, how are we going to gauge that? Well, I'm going to use the opening range to be able to gauge that on a daily time frame. If we're above the opening range, we're going higher. Where? Well, 15-handle rotations. If we're below it, we're going lower. Where? 15-handle rotations. But then from a swing standpoint, I need to use my macro zones, which are Fibonacci mathematically based, and I need to be able to decide what is the swing. Well, and what's the trend? Well, the swing is obviously we're swinging higher. The next swing level is going to be 68.30, really. And from a trend standpoint, what are we doing? Well, obviously, we're not breaking, but if the opening range sets up today and we take it out to the downside, I'm not going to trade the opening range today, but if we open up today and we take out the downside and we trade the 15-handle rotation, I'll jump into the game and I'll sell them underneath the 15-handle rotation. I will not buy them at the first 15-handle or at the second 15-handle. I will not get long there. I will not fade the opening range, even if we're at a flat zone or a macro zone. The opening range is always going to show us in which direction the HFTs and their algos that create the 90+% of the daily volume is actually going to take the market. So I'm not going to fade that. I'm not going to stand in front of it and say, okay, well, the algos and the HFTs are drying up, they're selling, so I'm going to get long here, because there could be another wave that's going to push the market down. Something might work 990 times out of 1,000. It's the last 10 times that it doesn't work that we get killed.
So, Pax, you're like an onion, man. You got just levels and levels and levels and levels. So you're just not the surface, man. Appreciate your comments on that.
True.
Thanks for being here with us this morning, Pax. So let's go ahead and let Merritt and Chris do their thing and trade.
Yeah, have a great day, guys. God bless you both.
Too,
Christian, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to talk to you. I'm looking forward to seeing you in October. You've got such a great spirit, such a great heart. It's a pleasure to know. Represented by Merritt, too. You guys are the next generation of traders, and I can't express my gratitude in being part of the next gen. So you guys are the best. So God bless you all. Have a great day. Both of you. Nobody fights alone.